Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right, let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Wow, wild weekend.
Yeah, no kidding.
Indeed it was.
Football, ice, crazy protesters. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to start, David?
Well, activists from the Racial Justice Network in the Twin Cities staged a protest at City's Church in St. Paul against a guy who wasn't even there, Pastor David Easterwood, who they say is the acting ICE field office director in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And, of course, yeah, you go in the middle of the service. Don Lemon was there, too.
Don Lemon.
And they were chanting, "Hands up, don't shoot."
Gee whiz. Still with that tired old... That was debunked. That was debunked 10 years ago.
Yes.
Come up with something new.
Yeah, there was no hands up, don't shoot moment with Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. And also, Renee Good did not have her hands up. In fact, her hands were on the steering wheel of her SUV as it ran into an ICE officer.
Yes.
Hands off the steering wheel. Hands off the steering wheel.
Get out of the bleeping car.
Right. Car in park, please.
And I thought these were supposed to be the creative people.
No.
They can't come up with any sort of new slogans, anything.
No, they really can't.
Creative about this.
Now, Don Lemon, who is now part of the DOJ civil rights investigation about this, because Don Lemon was there, and he knew what they were going to do, and he's saying, well, I was just there as a journalist. Well, I don't know about that, because he walked up to the pastor, and he tried to lecture the pastor about the First Amendment.
This was hilarious.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution and the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship.
Not in a church at that time, buddy.
No.
Sorry, dude. You should know this, Don.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's
By the way, you call that a push?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weak Christianity, Don. Be a man. Man up. Let's go.
That's why we're here. Okay, that's why we're here. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
We're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
No
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take.
Talk
Don.
to him about what? He's right. Nobody's willing to talk. They don't want to.
This man is in a suit.
Right, yeah.
You're living comfortable lives. Did you hear that guy lecturing everybody in that? Does it seem like that guy wants to have a real conversation?
Oh, no, they don't want to have a conversation.
Of course not.
The
They're
guy-
freaking activists.
Well, and the guy who's was yelling the most, and he was out in force. He's been walking around D.C. harassing National Guard troops, and he got in legal trouble eventually because he's a loudmouth loser.
yeah, wasn't he at Pete Hegseth's church, too?
Maybe.
I think? Yeah.
I think he was, yeah.
The bearded clown?
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Same guy.
To
Yeah.
them as a
No
Christian.
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
Unless you're here to
chronicle what
worship.
happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the other liberal Christians, I'm sure, that were in there.
Now, speaking for Jesus, please welcome Don Lemon.
Anyway, next weekend, we're going to have Nick Shirley lead a group of conservative Christians into the closest mosque they can find. Because
Thought the
that'll
same
play
thing.
out well. I'm not encouraging that, by the way. I'm really not.
No.
Well, and there is that sort of, you can call it a battle. I don't know exactly what you'd call it. But the people that are like, well, we're a Christian, the liberal Christians. And that's been going on for a while. And as time goes on, there's, how would you say, there's minimal theology that goes along with liberal Christianity.
Oh, yeah.
It's less and less the gospel as time goes on. And biblical truth. They just, they get away from it and closer, to political activism. That's what it comes down to.
Oh,
You see it play out all the time.
Well, I would say it's the opposite. I say it's political activism then becomes religious because that's not frowned upon as much as political activism. You can still do the same thing. You just do it under the guise of religion.
In about half an hour during What's Your Story, I've got something that totally adds an exclamation point to your statement, Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. About how just
we'll leave
lost.
it right there then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's a joke to me.
It is.
All right. Moving on to different things. Jacob Fry, the mayor.
Yeah.
I heard him say this, David. I know the clip that you got teed up here. And it's just such a bad answer to a question.
It really is. So Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, he was on Face the Nation, and Margaret Brennan actually challenged him on the claim that ICE is occupying his town.
Occupying.
You said occupying force. Don't you think it's a bit much?
I mean, look, you can go through whatever rhetorical flourish you want, but when you have 3,000 ICE agents and border control come to the city, when you've got this supposed threat of 1,500 military coming to the city, yeah, that's very much what it feels like. When you outnumber local police officers 5 and 6 to 1, that is the vibe.
Well, that's your typical lib nut.
Yeah.
It's about, well, it feels like it. It's a vibe. That's the way it feels.
Like, hey, man, whenever the Super Bowl comes to your big city, you're under occupation.
Exactly. Well, and why do you have so many people there? I'm sure Margaret Brennan didn't even bring that up.
No.
Because of the massive fraud you and other Democrats have allowed to go on for years. That's part of the reason the whole thing is happening. My goodness, man.
Well, he also could have helped dial it back. He didn't.
Oh, no.
He and Walz jumped in.
Of course.
This deflects from the Somalia thing. Nobody's talking about it now.
Oh,
it'll come back up. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this has been the oxygen that's being sucked out of the room. Has been the protests that are going on.
Oh, synchronized media.
Yeah.
They're only focused on this part of the story now.
But that's a gift to Walz and Fry. Now that they're off the front page.
Well, I
For a
thought it was
while,
funny
anyway.
when he's talking about being occupied. Well, there's all these people. I'm going to play a clip from acting ICE Director Todd Lyons, something he never thought he'd see.
In my 30 years of law enforcement, I never thought we would have to send law enforcement to protect law enforcement. You would not see this many ICE agents and special agents on the street if they would just turn people over to us.
That's it.
Yeah.
They won't do it.
While they're in the jails.
Yes, they have them in jails. Have you heard the number? It's a crazy amount that they know. And it's not just, well, they were here illegally. No, and committed violent crime.
Mm-hmm.
They won't cooperate.
Yeah. I like hearing from, and I've heard from many of them personally and then just seen them writing on social media, why isn't ICE in a place like Texas or Florida? And the answer is they are. They are very much there. They are very much doing their jobs, and the difference is that in most places in Texas, most places in Florida, local authorities are not totally insane, and the state officials actually want to help ICE.
Yeah, let's make it easy. Here's where they are. You can come get them. That's why you're not seeing it, and why you have a bunch of paid activists in those towns, like you do in Minneapolis.
Yeah, but they're separating them from their pals in jail. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, from their jailhouse,
Right, yeah, right.
husband.
I loved that clip that got, a lot of play over the weekend of the ICE agent talking, to the activists, saying, you know who you're protecting here?
Right. Yeah, this dude had just had it. As people were trying to block his truck, he rolled down the window and talked to a couple of people who were live streaming the whole thing.
Yeah, I loved it.
We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
Oh, they're not. No, we're pressed. We're not.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane.
It is insane. They should all be absolutely ashamed. I know they're not, but they should be. But again, part of the problem on that is legacy media and synchronized media. Because if they were telling that story I got to believe that at least some of the women out there protesting would stop for a second and say, well, hold on a second. Are they really trying to get sex offenders, like people that are diddling with kids? Like that's who they're going after in that house? I got to believe that some of them are not so far gone that they would say, well, I don't want to help that person. You're not buying it, Scott. You have this look at me like...
I'm not. I'm not buying it because it's ingrained in their DNA now.
Yeah. They're just going to assume that everyone's
they'll
lying.
say you're lying, and they'll say, that this guy is, again, he's the soccer coach and the church deacon or whatever. I mean, they'll say whatever. They'll soften it up, just like they did with Marilyn Mann, just like they've done a million times. They all of a sudden, they want to humanize this guy and make him into this sympathetic figure. They'll do it again.
You mean the other activists would tell them that?
I mean, so to tell them what you're doing, I don't know if it matters to them or not.
But if
I don't
you
think
had
they care.
actual media saying this is who they're going after right here.
Well, I don't know if they care, but maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be worth trying. Either that or sample packets of Zoloft for everybody.
No, you're going to need the hard stuff, man. It's Xanax or nothing.
Okay.
I suppose you probably need this more than anyone, Scott. It's Mashup Monday, which
yeah.
usually brings a smile to everyone's face after it looked like the Bears had it right there. It was like, this is destiny. This crazy
Oh, boy.
pass for a touchdown to go to overtime. You just felt they're going to win the game.
Yeah, I did.
And then it wasn't to be.
Should have won the game. They had many chances to win the game. Yeah. Well, anyway, there you go.
Well, David's here for a smile for you.
Yes.
Good. Glad to
Mashup
hear that,
Monday,
David.
of course. This musical mashup, comes to us from DJ Cumberbund, fan of his work. It's Rick James versus Foo Fighters versus Beach Boys versus Led Zeppelin.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
All I can say is bring it. Let's go.
That girl is pretty wild now. That girl is pretty kinky. I really love to taste her. She's alright. She's alright. She's a super freak. Super freak. Girl's a super freak. Super freak. Super freak. The girl's a super freak. Super freak. Super freak. She's a super freak. Super freak. Super freak. Help me run. Help me run. Help me run.
Holy mackerel. Aren't you glad you don't smoke weed anymore? This would be a trip.
All it glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. She's a super freak, super freak.
Oh, yeah, that. I apologize. That's not weed. That's an acid trip. Good get on that one, David. That was interesting, man.
Cool, man.
A little blotter on that one, yeah.
Well, David, I can't wait to get to your story coming up a little bit later.
Yeah.
After that tease you gave us just a little while ago. Looking forward to that. And, of course, we got the 5 stories we're watching today in just a few right here. Have you been overindulging a bit over the holidays? Come on, who hasn't? Heavy food, sweet desserts, having maybe a little extra holiday cheer, all of that can really take a toll on your liver. And if you're looking to kick off 2026 feeling better than you did at the end of 2025, a smart place to start is taking care of the organ that's been working overtime.
Yeah, you can easily add Active Liver from New Nordic to your daily routine. It comes in easy-to-take tablets or great-tasting gummies, and it helps support your body's natural detox process. Active Liver from New Nordic helps out with digestion issues, make you feel less bloated. It can help give you better energy and make you feel less worn down overall, which after the holidays, between, well, the food, the drink, the family sometimes, that's saying something.
So get the new year off to a healthier start with Active Liver. It's a simple, delicious daily detox. You can find it online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or pick it up at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, and now even Wegmans. Check it out. Active Liver. New year, new you. New Nordic. All right, let's talk about the big game because it's almost here, and this is it. This is your last shot to cash in on football before we start arguing about, mock drafts and preseason rankings and all that. That's where Prize Picks comes in. And honestly, it's a lot of fun because it always feels good to be right. Here's how it works. You pick 2 or more players, decide if they'll do more or less on their stats, and boom, you're in. That's it. And right now, use code MVCR, and Prize Picks gives you $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Not later, instantly. They've also added this new social feed feature which is great. If you like stealing good ideas, you can copy winning lineups with one click. And now they've got early payouts. If your guy gets hot, you don't have to wait. You can cash out before the game's even over. Download your Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code MVCR to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. You know what it's time for. The 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay,
5.
number 5, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has a new book coming out, and boy, it's going to be blood sport during the Democrat primary for president, I think, because, well, he says the Harris campaign interviewed him to be her potential running mate. We all knew that. Well, they asked him a lot about him being Jewish.
You a double agent?
Yes, they asked him if he was an Israeli double agent or if he knew any Israeli double agents, dude.
Wild.
Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
That is absolutely bonkers, man. All right. So then number 4, a Maryland state delegate has introduced what he calls the Icebreaker Act of 2026. It's a bill that would ban any ICE agent hired during Trump's second term from ever working as local or state law enforcement in Maryland. It's going to go nowhere, but this is how depraved some of the people on the left really are.
Well, dude, this whole thing about letting millions of people come into the country and the take that it was for the future voting bloc of the Democratic Party, and people were like, oh, that's racist to even say that.
Right.
And now the fight is so hard to keep these people here. It's something, man.
Yeah, it really is. Number 3, the FBI has opened up an investigation into Renee Good's widow to determine whether she and Good obstructed and then attacked the Minneapolis ICE agent who acted in self-defense. That's what they're wanting to know. Apparently there's some missing footage maybe from the widow that they're very interested in. If she deleted it, then that would be obstruction as well. So,
Well, if it was an iPhone, usually you get 30 days.
yeah. So we'll
Hasn't
see.
been 30 days when you delete it. It's still
Yeah.
hanging around.
We shall see what
That's
comes.
good to know, Jamie.
Yeah.
Those forensic guys can get it anyway.
Anyway, Scott's taking a trip to the river in the next break to dump his phone.
Chuck it right in the river.
Number 2, the DOJ is also investigating left-wing radicals and Don Lemon, former CNN host, after they stormed into a church to protest ICE in St. Paul yesterday. And then number 1, Trump wrote a letter to the leader of Norway saying, considering your country decided to not give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace. NATO should do something for the United States. The world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland.
Man, he is obsessed with this.
He really is. And I wonder what the other play is here. And I just always go back to what, what's her name, Barbara Corcoran talked about.
Yeah.
About him selling the Plaza Hotel and then winding up selling like a huge percentage of available land to a bunch of Chinese investors. And it was like, it was so over the top, doing things that nobody wanted to do. And then he made this massive deal that nobody saw coming.
Right.
And so you wonder, what is it? Is the goal really Greenland? What is it? We'll find out. Those are the top 5 stories that we're watching today. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com. Get an extra $35 off with promo code Markley at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code Markley. Terms apply. See site for details.
Okay, so new poll out. You got to guess. Percentage of Americans using AI in one form or another. What would you guess?
Ah, boy. I'll say 12%.
Oh, I'll say 55%.
Holy cow.
Boy, that was a close one.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's 60%.
Yeah.
David was 5 off.
See, I live in
You're
a
only
different world.
48%.
I do, I swear.
Yeah.
God, how can I be so wrong? I don't know. I'm never wrong.
How long do you want my answer to be?
What time's the show over?
How could you be so wrong? Well, Scott, let's start here. No,
it's not.
Dude, there's a lot of industries where they're using it, like with the permission of the school district or government agency, whatever.
Yeah, there's training on it, yes. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. All right, biggest story today, David.
Biggest story of the day is a bunch of left-wing radicals invaded a church, and they still think that they're the good guys.
They're losing the American people more every day.
I
If
think-
they had them to begin with.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think...
And I don't think so.
Yeah, there's always up and down polling on this. I know after the Renee Good shooting, people had started to turn on ICE quite a bit. The longer this goes on, it's like BLM all over again. Remember
Oh, yeah.
all the headlines? For the first time ever, BLM has a net positive approval among the American people. 6 months later, these guys are fraudsters. And they're burning down our cities.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. All right, we also got to get to, another clip of Don Lemon, and he seriously could be in trouble.
Good.
I think that's pretty good. And I can't wait to hear what David's got for What's Your Story. I got a wild fact there, too, all coming up. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial, the Sexy Boomer. That's Scott Robbins. So there was a lot of attention paid to these idiots going into this church in St. Paul on Sunday. The other thing that at least a lot of legacy media outlets were not talking about were the different conservative reporters there getting beat up.
Yeah. Or just random people getting accosted.
Yes.
Like, dude, just guys walking down the street. One dude I saw, he was wearing a hoodie that said freedom on the back of it.
Oh, yeah. They made him take it off.
Yeah, they made him take it off.
They made him take it off.
Yeah.
Like, take it off.
Yeah, the protesters.
Yes, take it off and you won't get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was waiting from that scene from The Warrior saying, we don't do that.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any gang members with him.
Yeah, right. He's
To be able to
flying
help, he
solo.
was just one guy. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Well, the assaults were done with compassion.
Yeah. Sure.
Of course, it was very loving.
Yeah.
What's this clip of Don Lemon, David?
Yeah, well, this is from the protest at the city's church in St. Paul. So the activists are claiming that Pastor David Easterwork is the acting ICE field officer or field office director in Minnesota, so they're going to go ahead and go in there and scare a bunch of kids who are in there with their parents worshiping. Don Lemon, he was part of the mob. Here's his play-by-play from inside of the church.
Okay.
This is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start...
Where's the proof of that?
Yeah.
Where? I haven't seen any. I hear ABC say all the time, without evidence.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
Where's the evidence of that? I don't see
You
it.
start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution. When you start...
Where's the evidence of that?
You know, Don Lemon's become a constitutional scholar, hasn't he?
He has.
He likes to throw that out there all the time.
Yep.
When you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests. And for some reason, in our modern era, people think that in order to have protests, you got to be, cordoned off to a certain area and, what time you can protest.
I can't wait to hear Brandon Tatum's take on that one.
Well,
Officer Tatum, with the civil rights crap.
Yeah.
Comparing that to this. That's something, Don.
Look, there's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, it's to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe.
During a church service?
Yeah. I mean, I see people's civil rights being violated in these videos, and it sure as hell isn't the civil rights of the people screaming and yelling.
No, it is not. But Don never was very smart.
But I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something, you have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortably and how harsh people are being treated on the streets, you have to be willing to go into places and disrupt and make people uncomfortable.
So that is a clip that the DOJ is probably going to have a field day with.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to say now, hey, I wasn't part of the mob. I was just documenting it. No. You were egging them on right there. You were saying this is good.
Yes, you were.
They can easily make the case that you were part of the mob.
Yes.
That went in there and you were egging it on, encouraging it, saying it was a good thing. That's not a bystander or an observer. just documenting it. Ask some of the conservative reporters and YouTubers, social media folks who were tracked down by Biden's DOJ after the Capitol riot.
Yeah. Man. Just taking all that in and thinking about all the different media members that just fanned the flames of this. And it wasn't in Minneapolis. It makes me think of this. You got all these different groups now, seriously emboldened. Like, yeah, we're going to take on ICE. We're going to fight ICE ourselves. Maybe you saw that clip from the Black Panthers last week. Holy crap. Talking about putting a hole in people's chest. I don't know if you heard that.
I did not hear this.
I think it's edited.
Oh,
Hey, you got to risk it for the biscuit. You want to hear it, don't you?
David, hand on the button, please.
But just in case.
I put a hole in their chest the size of a window. We're a little more aggressive now, you dig? You want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher, you meet him with equal force.
Right.
Okay. Nice fella.
So I had a fight in the middle of the Black Panther Party.
Yeah. I like the idea, like, hey, we're getting more extreme now. It's like the Black Panthers were not extreme.
Right, we used to be soft, okay? We're getting hard now.
Okay.
You dig? Okay? Yeah. All right, it's that time. Do it a couple of times a day. We go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, today, I can't wait for this. What's your story?
Well, I got to tell you first, we've got a great deal for you on GhostBed. They've got their best savings of the year, plus an extra 10% off when you use code MVCR at ghostbed.com/MVCR. That's ghostbed.com/MVCR, promo code MVCR. All right, on to business. James Tallarico, he is a Democrat running for Senate in Texas, and believe it or not, he's the sane Democrat in the primary right now.
Oh. Okay.
Because
Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett's the other one. But a big part of his campaign is about him being a Christian. His whole thing is we're going to take Christianity from the Republicans. They don't have a monopoly on this or whatever. He's also in a Presbyterian seminary as well. He's seeking his master's in divinity.
Okay.
So,
by the way, a quick question, because you are more familiar with the Presbyterian part of Christianity. That's also split in two parts, correct?
Yeah. Well, that was several years ago.
Yeah.
It split apart, and I'm actually fairly familiar with the seminary that he attends.
Okay. So, because it seems like with a lot of the Protestant religions, there's a total split, and there's the sane and the loony. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah, well, they name it that.
Yeah, exactly.
The Looney United Methodist.
Progressive is what they call it, but whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
So I thought this was very interesting here. He was asked about his Christian faith. Remember, that's like a cornerstone of his campaign during this interview with the New York Times' Ezra Klein.
All right, roll it.
Do you believe Christianity to be more true than other religions? Do you believe there to be exclusivity in these beliefs, that they're incompatible with each other?
I believe Christianity points to the truth. I also think other religions of love point to the same truth. I think of different.
Oh boy! See, there you go. That's all you need to know.
Hang on a second.
That's fine if you're just looking at philosophy, or if you are, a cultural anthropologist and trying to explain religion.
Selling the coexist sticker.
Yeah, that's not Christian theology.
Not at all. Wow. Okay, go ahead.
Same truth. I think of different religious traditions as different languages. So you and I could sit here and debate what to call this cup, and you could call it a cup in English, you'd call it something else in Spanish and French, but we are all talking about the same reality. I believe Jesus Christ reveals that reality to us, but I also think that other traditions reveal that reality in their own ways.
Reveals
their own symbols.
Jesus is God, dude. These are basics. What is it? It's like in that seminary, they're like, all right, if you have a Bible, chuck it.
Yeah.
Throw it in the fire because we're going to teach you what's really true. Well, what the is that?
And I haven't really known anybody directly with that seminary. I will just say that the people I did know several years ago, they weren't that. It was, it's like there was the coexist thing. We can have this ecumenical discussion and all of this, but it's not like saying, hey, whether you're Buddhist, Muslim, Jewish, hey, Christ is Christ, right?
Yeah.
It's all the same. It's all gravy, baby.
What? We're only halfway through the clip.
And this is the same guy.
Yes.
This is even more bizarre. Okay, go ahead.
All right, roll it.
With their own symbol structures. And I've learned more about my tradition by learning more about Buddhism and Hinduism
How?
and Islam and Judaism.
Tell me that.
And so I see,
And by the way, I think it's good to learn all those different religions.
Sure.
Okay, but you can have one that you believe in. They can't all be right.
Right. That's
It's just common sense.
yeah.
So how did studying these others? What was the statement? Hold on, I got to backtrack now. He's got me tied in knots.
learned more about my tradition.
Yeah, you learn
by
more. How did you learn more about your tradition by studying the others? That doesn't make any sense.
I think learning more about the tradition in terms of Christianity, if you study Judaism, that makes sense.
That makes sense
because there's a actual point
studying
A to
the Old
point B.
Testament. Sure,
but
studying Buddha made me more knowledgeable about Jesus.
Yeah, that
How?
doesn't work that way.
All
These
right.
feckless weenies stand for nothing.
And so I see these beautiful faith traditions as circling the same truth about the universe, about the cosmos. And that truth
Oh,
is
here we go, the
inherently
cosmos.
mystery. And
Me and
I
my
think
friend
the most
Barack
destructive
Obama,
thing
we
is
see
when
it.
religion becomes an end in and of itself. That's when religion implodes. My pastor always told me growing up that religious symbols are like aspirin. In order to work, they have to dissolve. They point beyond themselves. If you get lost in the symbols, if you get lost in the words, you're missing the reality that we're all trying to describe.
What?
Was that? It's the same gobbledygook you get from progressives in academics too.
This is also why one of the reasons why progressive lefties and Democrats on the whole have trouble reaching more traditional Christian voters, because that's apologizing for what you say is your faith.
Yes.
It's
and honestly, that's why a lot of those parts of those churches are dying.
I mean, would you ever expect an imam to come out and say, well, the Christians, it's pointing to the same truth.
No.
As the word revealed by the Prophet Muhammad. They would never say that.
No. So weak. Golly.
And it is just McGurkany at the end there.
Oh, yeah.
Just to call this
The cosmos.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl Sagan, the Church of Carl Sagan. Yeah.
All right, Scotty, what do you got for what's your story?
Well, my story involves the new pyramids that have been set up for the health guidelines from RFK Jr.
I thought you were talking Egypt for a second. I'm like, this will get interesting.
Got
it.
Well, they might have them too. I don't know. But, there's some much changes that took place there. Some things went, some things stayed. One of the things that was brought up was the drink whole milk for kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's good for them. They should be drinking it. This nonsense, this 2% crap or whatever. Now they had to be drinking whole milk. They had to have it, right? Well, there are some people who disagree with that, and for a weird reason. One of those people is California State Senator Scott Wiener. Now, it's not even that the fact that he disagrees with it. It's how he described it. This is Scott Wiener, the bondage guy, right?
Yeah.
That guy.
He cares about the kids, but not in the way you want.
Yeah.
He said the ads of children drinking milk, all right, that's like the old school ads for milk, is next level creepy. Scott Wiener said that. Kids
That's a lot
drinking
of
milk
projection there.
is next level creepy. That's like somebody calling Casey Anthony a bad parent, or her calling someone a bad parent. That's
Man.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah. All right. For my story, I try to make it quick. You got the national championship game tonight. It's Indiana, Miami.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. And earlier today, on Fox, they were talking about the game. And, David, I would say you pay probably most attention to college football. But this was something I did not know about Miami's quarterback. Here you go.
Carson, I'm curious, did you have class yesterday? What has it been like being you as a student this week, particularly yesterday?
No class. I graduated 2 years ago, so obviously I've been working towards other degrees now that I've gotten to Miami, but these programs take a little longer than just a year to finish, so obviously I'm not enrolling again next semester.
And Caroline Downey, columnist for the National Review, and Jimmy Fallon, host
Okay,
of Fox
so
News
as they go into
Saturday
the
Night.
report, I'm like, okay. I think I maybe had heard that he was like 24, but he's been graduated for 2 years. And then they talk about the student athletes.
Yes.
That we always have the student athletes is great. We'll get to the part here.
Right. And I think there's been a lot of criticisms of the name, image, likeness, the compensation programs for student athletes, which apparently the idea of a student athlete is a myth now. And I know for past decades, you actually would assume that these kids were going to class.
Really?
They didn't have the most rigorous class schedules, but the fact that he graduated 2 years ago, it seems to defy the entire idea. And I think reform is definitely needed. Some said, oh, the Power Four conferences should be removed from the NCAA, and that might make
Wait for it, it's
easier
coming.
for student athletes to have a level playing field. But to me, it's just a charade.
Well, at least he was honest, because a lot of guys for a long time haven't been as quite forthcoming. He's 24. He makes at least $4 million a year playing college football.
Yeah, it's just
$4 million
a year.
You already knew that?
Yeah. I didn't know it was that much, but I knew it was a lot. Holy cow.
And he's 24.
Yep.
I mean,
He likes playing college football. Why go pro?
I would say, in fairness, during the Texas Longhorns championship run, what was that, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Half the team didn't know where campus was. So
that part I get. Just like,
well, the good news is his second wife's going to be with him.
Man, oh man, that is wild.
His grandkids are showing up.
All right, we got to get to a news update. And Nimrod's in the news in just a few. All right, new year, new routines. A lot of people are trying to be more disciplined, eat better, move more, not live on drive-through calories. And here's the thing. Starting strong is a lot easier when the food is actually good. Check out Omaha Steaks, premium portion proteins delivered right to your door, so you're not guessing, you're not cheating, you're just eating really well.
I love the convenience of it. You open up the freezer and it's like, okay, I've got options. I've done the filet mignon, the burgers, throw them on the grill, throw them on the cast iron, whatever. They always come out perfect every time. The quality is on another level compared to what you might grab at the grocery store. Everything is aged right, hand cut, and you can taste it.
So do yourself a favor and start the year fueled the right way. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code Markley at checkout. That's OMAHA Steaks.com, promo code Markley. Terms apply. See site for details.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird. All right.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. It's true. A lot of us have tried fad diets over the years, and the crazy part, by the time the average person hits 60, they've lost and gained back hundreds of pounds, and most people have no idea how much damage that constant up and down does to your body. Doctors actually have a name for it. It's called weight cycling.
Yeah, you know the drill, right? You lose 5 or 10 pounds, then you gain all of that back after a month or so, and then a little bit on top of that. It's brutal on your system, and honestly, it's just exhausting and frustrating. So most people need real help when it comes to weight loss, and that's where Lean comes in. It's a prescription, doctor-created oral supplement, not an injection, and the science behind it really works.
Yeah, the studied ingredients work 3 ways. It helps you maintain healthy blood sugar, also controls your appetite, cravings, burns fat, converts that into energy, which helps keep the weight off, of course. So if you want to lose meaningful weight and do it at a healthy pace and actually keep it off, add Lean to your diet and exercise routine. Get 20% off right now when you use the code MVCR at TakeLean.com. That's MVCR at TakeLean.com.
All right. Quick news update. Yeah, we're running out of time. We got to get to Nimrods. Maybe I can combine the two. Actually, I think that I can.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's the news. First, good side of Florida. They've identified dozens of programs that illegally mandate racial preferences. They're doing away with that. They're all over the place.
Good.
Also in Florida, well, you've got this guy. A months-long investigation led to the arrest of this 51-year-old guy who was routinely throwing hundreds of roofing nails onto a roadway. Flat tires all over the place. That's a public caning at the least.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Nimrod's in the news.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Okay. How long is Minnesota going to be the focal point? I think a lot of people are getting tired of this whole thing.
I think there is a weariness. I mean, it's just you went from the Somali thing, then you go to the riots. It's nuts.
It goes on and on. 10 days of protests, unrest.
Yes.
No, paid activists getting in the way of law enforcement. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so Kristi Noem, Homeland Security, is on CBS with top-notch journalist Margaret Brennan talking about the criminal illegal aliens. Roll
Every
it.
single individual has committed a crime, but 70% of them have committed or have charges against them on violent crimes and crimes that they are charged with or have been convicted of that have come from other countries that are here illegally, first of all, and then they have committed a criminal act while they've been here or in their home countries as well.
It's not 70%.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
70% of everyone
you
you
guys
have
keep
detained
changing
has-
your percentage. You pick and choose what numbers you think work, but that is the facts, is that 70% of the people that we have detained have charges against them or have been convicted of charges, and they need to be brought to justice.
Yeah. She did well on that one, Kristi Noem.
Oh, I think so, yeah. And I've been critical of her in the messaging part of things for a while now. But, yeah, I thought she handled that. It's like, yes, it is. It's 70%.
It's contemptible.
Oh, I know.
Jeez.
I know. But I think this whole group is trained better going on these types of shows, thinking this might be our only chance to get truth to the people that are watching this.
Yeah.
People that'll watch conservative media get another side of the story, kind of know the lay of the land. If you're going to CBS for your news, there's a good chance you don't know a good portion of what's happening.
Well, the day of taking the networks, ABC, NBC, CBS, whatever, and just taking them at face value, like, again, I'm older than you guys, but there was a time when you would watch CBS, NBC, ABC, and not even know you were being manipulated because there was no other media out there.
Right.
They controlled it, all of it.
Yes.
And just like record companies, just like television, everything, right? If you control the whole thing, you can do pretty much whatever you want.
Yes.
But we were conditioned to just believe them.
Well, and I also feel like a complete, naive idiot, because it wasn't till maybe 2015, I want to say it was the year you had your heart attacks.
Yeah.
And you're in the hospital, and David and I are going through, the news of the day and everything with Trump at that time. And it was a particular story where we both knew the failing New York Times just lied, and they knew they were lying.
Yeah.
And it's like, I knew there was bias in news for sure. And news organizations, for the most part, lean left. But at that time, and this is where I come in with the naive idiot part, I wouldn't think they would just flat out lie to people on purpose.
Yeah.
But then once you saw that, you just saw it continue.
Yeah.
And every year, honestly, it gets worse.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, Trump deserves some credit for really exposing the act for what it is, because
100%.
That's the guy who got them to drop all pretenses.
Yes.
Like it's all out the window. Okay, we all know the score now. And even liberals, even your most far left liberal Facebook friend or real life friend or whatever, understands this too. And that's why every time there's any sort of looking at another side on the part of CBS News, they flip out on
True.
CBS
Great
News.
point, David.
Because it's just like they flipped out when Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Yes.
It's because there are certain institutions that they see as theirs. And you can't touch it or mess with it. Oh, boy, hey, Ivy League institutions are being told to actually abide by a Supreme Court ruling. Oh, they've been captured by the right. Oh, yeah, Harvard, real MAGA country. But it's because they see those institutions as theirs, and anything that steps out of line, well, that's MAGA, or that's bad, that's fascism, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
The thing I'll say about that, too, is even though that's what they think, and they do think that, no question about it, they don't participate. When was the last time they watched CBS News? I mean, nobody's watching it. That was the problem. That's why they blew it up. If it was really doing a great job, they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But they blew it up because it sucks. So they did that, and they, Barry Weiss and the whole 9 yards. And whether it's changed or not, who knows? I think it's too early to make that call.
I think it's changed in some ways
already.
But
I'm willing to hold off yet because I
don't think it's down the middle by any stretch.
No. But I mean, it's weird. You criticize things that you don't even participate in or you haven't been a part of. It's like, I can't believe they're closing down that restaurant. When was the last time you were there? Oh, 8 years ago. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that is true. The other part I think about Minneapolis right now, and the reason the left is going full bore in the fight, is you get the sense that they know if they lose this one, like the American people are watching this going, man, there is all this Somali fraud.
Yeah.
And all these paid protesters are not on the side at all of the American people. They lose big on that. And they're trying very hard to convince people, no. They really are these ICE agents. They're rogue, and they're just taking innocent people off the streets. And it's making us less safe. They're trying so hard to convince people of that because this is a big fight for them. Mm-hmm. I think they're losing. I mean, Don Lemon, he didn't do him any favors yesterday.
Oh, no, yeah. Don Lemon, he was along for the ride I think he was a participant in it.
Yes.
And apparently the DOJ does too, because they're going to be charging him, it sounds like. Because he was part of this group that stormed into a church service in St. Paul. And here's part of his play-by-play as people were leaving the church. Parishioners were fleeing the church because they didn't know what was going to happen.
We had kids scared.
Yeah.
You see the different still shots of these kids like they were afraid for their lives.
Watch this guy here. Look, he's hugging his kid. And, I just imagine it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but again, careful, it's very slippery right here. Yeah. It's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here, but that's what really, careful, please, really slippery, not kidding. That's what protesting is about, and so.
What, traumatizing kids?
Traumatizing kids, that's what protesting is about. Okay.
Too nuts for CNN, that's all you need to know about Don Lemon.
Well, the other thing is he's telling a bunch of people that are from Minnesota to watch their step because it's slippery, because they're not used to icy sidewalks in Minnesota. You freaking moron.
All of a sudden he cares about their well-being.
Yeah, of course. So Don Lemon. I can't wait to see this go down. If he's going to get charged.
Yeah.
And if he is, you know what they're going to say. It was, in fact, racist because he was a black man.
And gay.
Well, yeah, that too.
The thing is, and it's interesting because there was a lot of our listeners I was yapping with this weekend, and a lot of people, David, take your stance. Nothing's going to happen. I'm tired of the investigations.
Yeah.
Let's arrest some people.
I know, yeah.
Right.
Let's do something,
well,
right?
Yeah, I mean, you got these older people under the Biden administration, older people protesting outside of a abortion clinic or blocking a door, and it's like, the DOJ swoops in immediately.
Yep.
So I hope something does happen.
Speaking of investigations, there's one into Jacob Fry and Tim Walz.
That's another one, yeah.
Well, I think they're going to find what they're looking for.
I hope so.
I'd love to see him get
These
charged.
guys got blood on their hands right now.
Jacob Fry on CBS about that.
We have not received any official anything at this point, and so I can't comment on what I don't know about. That being said, this whole dynamic is deeply concerning.
Is it?
Because supposedly they would be coming for me and targeting me for something that is core and critical to my job as mayor, and that is speaking for my residents and my constituents. That we are at a place
really?
now where the Department of Justice or the federal government could be coming after senators and governors and mayors simply for speaking for their respective constituencies and disagreeing with this federal administration. I mean, this kind of thing happens in other countries. This cannot happen in America.
Yeah, I mean...
So dramatic.
Could you imagine living in a country where, let's say, I don't know, the DOJ, with the knowledge of the sitting president, goes and cooks up tortured charges against a top political opponent during a presidential election cycle?
Oh, I can imagine it.
Could you imagine
feel like I've lived through it.
And
you know, stuff like that happens in other countries, David.
Yeah. Oh, and
Doesn't
then
happen
you know, it gets has some of the foot soldiers at state and local levels also criminally charge or pursue criminal charges against his top political opponent during an election.
I mean, like multiple states, like Georgia, Florida, then you got D.C.,
right.
New York.
Yeah.
I think I can imagine it.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Name one recent example of that, Jamie, please.
Well, if I had...
Thank you.
yeah,
right.
him.
Oh,
the Trumpster.
Yeah. Aside from the fact that happened not that long ago. It never
Exactly.
happens in America.
Except it just did. Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Exactly. By the way, on what Jacob Fry just said, let's bring in Deputy AG Todd Blanche. What do you got to say about that?
You saw the governor and the mayor actively encouraging criminals to go out on the street and impede ICE. That is not allowed under our law. When a federal officer is out doing their job, they have to be allowed to do their jobs. And the fact that we had to stand up and tell a mayor, that we had to stand up and tell a governor to stop encouraging the folks that are out there running around trying to stop ICE, to stop encouraging them, when what they really should be doing is helping their fellow federal officers, is something that's horrible. But listen, no matter who you are, whether you're a governor, a mayor, or somebody out there on the streets assaulting ICE, you cannot, under federal law, you cannot impede a federal officer doing their job.
There you go.
And that's what we're looking at. And I'm not going to talk about the investigation, but American people can see what the mayor's been saying. They can see what the governor's been saying.
That's right. That's all it takes. By the way, just saw it. They're staging a sit-in in Minneapolis at a Target.
They're at a Target. Yeah, they're sitting. There's hundreds of them in a Target.
Yeah,
with signs and screaming and what have you.
Because they want Target to stop letting ICE agents use the bathroom. I'm not making that up.
No, and the parking lot. Yeah. Yeah. No,
So,
that's true.
All these people who have nothing better to do.
Yep.
Than to
We call them losers.
Well, yeah. They're like, well, I'm actually going to be shopping at Target anyway, so I guess I'll go to the protest.
Yeah. By the way, and the people at the church yesterday, and they're saying, look at the man in the suit you're wearing. You're living comfortable lives. And they show the one lady that's there that's got this coat from Canada that's like, I don't know, $400 or $500.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. They're hypocritical idiots.
Oh, where am I going to get my towels and my candles now today, David, if I'm in Minneapolis, huh?
You will not be able to get that Live, Laugh, Love poster after all.
Dang it. It's sad.
Maybe you'll have to go to Home Depot for that.
We got to go to Memphis. You had another story there. This is kind of wild.
Dude, this is a crazy story. There's a woman named Jasmine Moss in Memphis. She runs a waxing business out of her house. She's facing criminal charges of child neglect and abuse because she had her 5-year-old daughter waxing nude clients.
What? 5?
Yeah, like 24 women that were in the house, and she was waxing them.
Oh, my gosh.
And this came out in 2023. Now she's facing criminal charges. Apparently, Child Services did an investigation and are allowing the child to stay in the mom's custody for now. What?
We got a clip from that story we got to get to.
What? They were doing it in their house?
Yes.
I remember you tried it one time and you advertised and you had no takers, Scott. You're just jealous.
24-hour oil changes, too, going on. Yeah.
Man, oh, man. Waxing in my house.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that coming up in the 5 stories we're watching today. Just a few.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry. Terry! Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, new year, new routines. A lot of people are trying to be more disciplined, eat better, move more, not live on drive-through calories. And here's the thing. Starting strong is a lot easier when the food is actually good. Check out Omaha Steaks, premium portion proteins delivered right to your door, so you're not guessing, you're not cheating, you're just eating really well.
I love the convenience of it. You open up the freezer and it's like, okay, I've got options. I've done the filet mignon, the burgers, throw them on the grill, throw them on the cast iron, whatever. They always come out perfect every time. The quality is on another level compared to what you might grab at the grocery store. Everything is aged right, hand cut, and you can taste it.
So do yourself a favor and start the year fueled the right way. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code Markley at checkout. That's OMAHA Steaks.com, promo code Markley. Terms apply. See site for details.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer, that's Scott Robbins. And now it's time for the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2. All right, number 5. Trump gave a message to the leader of Norway saying, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace. NATO should do something for the United States. The world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland. Here we go. Number 4, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has a new book coming out, and he says the Harris campaign interviewed him to be her potential running mate, and they asked him a lot about him being Jewish, including whether or not he was or knew any Israeli spies. Golly.
I know.
Number 3, the FBI has opened an investigation into Renee Good's widow to determine whether she and Good obstructed and attacked the Minneapolis ICE agent who acted in self-defense. Number 2, the DOJ is investigating left-wing radicals and Don Lemon after they stormed into a church to protest ICE yesterday. And then number 1, we've got a bunch of mostly older liberal women staging a sit-in at Target in St. Paul. By the way, fellas, they're singing.
No, not again.
Here we go. They're there at the entrance of Target, and here we go.
We are one. We won't stop fighting. We won't stop fighting. ICE is gone. Till ICE is gone. Oh, we are ready. We are fight's not over. The fight's not over.
Golly.
Yeah, it's a random Monday morning. Let's go sit in at Target and sing.
I'll say at least it's a different song, because I've criticized in the past it's the same old thing, so you get that. Yeah. I have to ask, the woman leading there, because I can't have access right now to the visual, is that a woman of color?
I think so. It's kind of hard to tell who's leading from the angle that I have.
Okay. Because you can't have some white woman leading today, not MLK Day. Can't have that. That would be breaking the liberal rule. Can't do it.
What is
so
it
just making sure.
Just a drum accompanying, by the way. Can't we get another instrument? Or
well, sometimes they do bring an acoustic
guitar.
Yeah,
but that's like the old white hippie chick sort of vibe. This is a little bit different than that, it feels like.
This is just the lonely old woman in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Very sad.
Yeah. Well, their kids didn't give her any grandkids. She got nothing else to do.
I know. I gave my parents grandchildren, but I do want to apologize to the country for my generation failing to live up to expectations, because this is why you have so many bitter, angry boomer liberals out there on a Monday morning at Target singing in protest of Immigration and Customs Enforcement using their bathrooms. Oh, boy. Those are the top 5 stories we're watching today. We've got a great deal for you on Ghost Bed. They've got their best savings of the year, plus an extra 10% off when you use code MVCR at ghostbed.com/MVCR.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Okay.
Golly.
Well, I think the biggest story of the day is a sing-in at Target.
It's just...
Well, I'm saying,
it's just parody after parody. They just keep doing it.
I'm not saying that they necessarily endorse this, but I will say if you want to get, boomers some grandchildren, order their kids some ghost beds so they can get to baby making.
Well, right now at the Minneapolis Target, you've got different employees that have been there a while trying to figure out what was worse. A huge group of young black men looting the place, taking TVs out. You can see the pain in their eyes as they were leaving, or the old white women singing. And I think they've decided it's the white women singing that's even worse. News update on that, and what's your story? Straight ahead. Right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. The big sing-along going on in Minneapolis at the Target.
Yep. St. Paul, to be precise. But, they decided to go into the Target. A bunch of mainly older liberal women, white women, decided to go into Target and have a sit-in because ICE has been using their parking lot and their bathrooms. And yes, they were singing because, of course, they were.
We are one. We won't stop fighting. We won't stop fighting. ICE is gone.
We'll start fighting.
The fight's not over. The fight's not over.
You're getting too many beats in there. The white women are not going to be able to keep up.
I know.
We'll fight against Joe.
Oh, yeah, that was... Yeah, forgot about that one. That was almost a year ago. Yeah. When Elon Musk was the one where all the old women with too much time on their hands spent their time, well, and what every once in a while, Kia Tesla.
Yeah.
Because that was fighting against the patriarchy or something. I don't know. It's hard to keep it all straight.
Jeez. You know what? I'm sorry. That's a highlight today. Yeah. I love it when they sing. I just do.
It's like, man, somebody's just walking in there trying to get some groceries or get a shirt or something, and you got these dried up hags out there.
Ugh.
Golly.
Well, yeah, I'm one of those type of people. I don't really necessarily like to shop. I have an idea what I want. I just go in and get out as soon as I possibly can, right?
Yes.
And I got these idiots.
Yeah.
I got to walk through.
Yep. You know what I would say? That's what you get for not figuring out how to do it online, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You could avoid it altogether.
I know. I just love the camaraderie, though. Jimmy,
yeah, you do.
Of people singing.
Yeah. David, we got to get to the rest of that story out of Memphis.
Oh, dude.
With the mom facing charges.
Yeah, so this woman, Jasmine Moss in Memphis, and she ran a waxing business, I guess maybe just a home beauty store or something like that.
Yeah.
But waxing was on the table, on the menu, and she's facing criminal charges of child neglect and abuse because she had her 5-year-old daughter wax a couple dozen nude clients.
Yeah.
Papers.
This came out in 2023. Now she's facing the criminal charges, and apparently Child Services did an investigation. They're allowing the kid to stay with mom. Jasmine's defense attorney, I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's trying to defend his client, and he spoke to WREG Television. They are your local news leader, by the way.
Awesome.
Just so you know.
Okay.
It's an unusual case. It's a little complicated because there was a DCS investigation, and also there's some licensing issues with Miss Moss with the cosmetology board. So we need some time to investigate that.
You don't say.
Certainly, maybe some questionable parenting, but does that amount to a crime?
Maybe some questionable parenting? Yeah. The 5-year-old was waxing nude people?
Yes.
And licensing may be a problem.
The state cosmetology board is still weighing their options here.
That's incredible. 5-year-old waxing people. I'm pretty sure that's frowned upon.
Wow. Here we go.
Our position is that it does not. DCS investigated this. The child is still in Miss Moss's custody. Again, we're just hopeful that we can convince.
What do you got to do to have the kid taken away?
No kidding, man.
Wow.
That's not enough? Okay.
Again, we're just hopeful that we can convince the prosecutors that what they have is somebody who made a mistake, who has remedied that mistake, is back on track, and the criminal justice system does not need to be involved.
I do also, and I don't know if you could criminally charge anybody, but I feel like the local news leader is not exploring the most obvious point in this. The 24 people who let a 5-year-old wax their naked body.
Yeah.
Like, what is that exactly? Like, in what world? Like, forget about the creepiness of it. I have an almost 5-year-old and now a 6-year-old. I wouldn't trust them to, like, weed the garden. I'm not, like, what kind of service are you expecting here?
Like, if someone said, David, you gave them, it wasn't a pair of those kid scissors, it was a little bit of a grown-up pair of scissors, and somebody got cut, and you're like, man, I made a mistake with that. You'd be like, yeah, I could see how that could happen. I made a little mistake thinking, yeah, they're old enough to wax this nude person.
Yeah. Hey, kid, you see that butt crack over there? Pour hot wax on it and pull.
Oh, golly.
What are you doing? And who allows themselves to have that done to them?
That reminds me.
It instills a good work ethic in these children, though, at a very young age, baby. You got to be on time, and you got to know what you're doing, right?
That little girl knows for sure. She wants to go to college.
Okay. Forgive me, and we just brought this up within the last couple of weeks. When you lost the bet in, like, 98 and you had to get waxed, Scott, where did they do it?
Where did they do it?
Yeah, because they called in on my show, and we had it, and they were ripping the wax off your backside.
Yes.
And you were screaming in pain.
Well, it hurts.
Was it at somebody's house or was it at a salon?
No, it was at the radio station.
Oh, it was right in the next door.
Yeah, we got a temporary license to do it.
Oh, my God.
No, it was... Yeah, I'm the only one in here involved with that. I can't imagine.
Oh, gosh.
It was a licensed cosmetologist that did mine.
I thought so.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was at that salon. I couldn't remember.
No, it wasn't at the salon. It was at the radio. Because they streamed it live, if you recall.
Oh, that's right.
That was in
video.
the infancy of the internet.
That's right.
And streaming services and things.
Yeah, good times. Good memories for you, I'm sure.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Every year around the Super Bowl, I'm reminded.
Greenland. This is a big topic of conversation.
Yeah. Huge. Bigger than I thought. Yeah.
Well, presidents have been talking about Greenland for a long time. Just a lot of Americans didn't know that. But Trump's dead set on it, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, he's out there on NBC yesterday making the case. Here you go.
If we look, for years, for over a century, American presidents have wanted to acquire Greenland, and what we can see is that Greenland is essential to the U.S. national security. We're building the Golden Dome, the missile system, and look, President Trump is being strategic. He's looking beyond this year. He's looking beyond next year to what could happen for a battle in the Arctic. We are not going to outsource our national security. We are not going to outsource our hemispheric security to other countries. In Trump 1.0, President Trump told the Europeans, do not build Nord Stream 2. Do not rely on Russian oil. And guess what, Kristen? Guess what is funding Russia's efforts against Ukraine? European purchases of Russian oil. So America has to be in control here.
You go back to Trump 1.0. He was right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot in the EU laughing at him.
Oh, yeah. When he was bringing this up during a speech at the UN, the Germans were laughing at him.
And it all became true?
Yes.
So, yeah, Might want to be just a little more humble there, I would think. All right. It's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, what's your story here?
Well, this pains me to bring up because this is a gentleman who wrote and performed a lot of music that meant a lot to me my whole life. But he's also an idiot and one of the biggest D-bags in music, and that would be Roger Waters.
Oh, yeah.
He is a Pink Floyd fame. He is back in the political world again because he's mad that the U.S. black-bagged the communist dictator of Venezuela and is pressuring Iran's current regime. And also he's very upset that we have a problem with Hamas. Now, he was on with Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan just asked, hey, you hate America, but you live in America. Why don't you go live in these places that have these dictators?
Good for you, Piers. I like it.
I have a moral compass which I allow to guide my actions. And also, I read a lot. And I don't just read the New York Times or the Sunday Telegraph. I get information and I have a lot of friends. I have a network of people all over the world who also, like me, believe in equal human rights for all their brothers and sisters all over the world, irrespective of their religion or their race or their nationality or ethnicity or anything else. And that is a fundamental thing that drives me. I, to some extent, am a voice for the voiceless. And I get told this by the voiceless millions of times every year.
What country has done more for human rights than any other, Roger? Answer that.
You know, when there's no fear of repercussion, when it just doesn't matter, when you have all the money in the world and you don't really need anything anymore.
Yeah.
Your livelihood doesn't depend on it. You can just say stupid stuff and just do it.
Well, the thing is, man,
he's been doing it for a while,
If he never would have done an interview and you would ask me, so do you think Roger Waters is a pretty smart guy? I would have said, yeah. Seems like it. I mean, I don't know him, but it seems like it. Then he does an interview like that. You're like, no, he's not a very bright guy at all.
I read a lot, and I have a lot of friends. A whole network. I'm a voice for the voiceless.
It's like, no, you're a moron.
Yeah. Speaking of the voiceless, he never really beat the charges on him lip syncing now, right? That guy can't sing
that was
to save his life.
No. I mean, I wouldn't go see it.
No.
Wow. All right, what do you got for what's your story, Scott?
Nick Sortor, you know who that is?
Yeah.
Been on the ground in Minneapolis reporting on the insanity there for a while. Then a group of Somali thugs robbed him.
Yeah.
Took one of his cameras, $1,000 camera, by the way, and then drug him down the street, which was nice. Well, he got a picture of the license plate of that vehicle, put it out there on social media, and it was quickly removed because X said, you can't do that. So, but people got a glimpse of it. They know what it is. The car is registered to one of those autism centers.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
The fraud autism centers?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. It's like, imagine getting away with crime so bold as to actually show up and confront a journalist and steal property from him, owning an autism center.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And don't they have enough money? I mean, will they siphon money off enough to get a few cameras of their own without stealing it, right?
Yes.
Oh, man.
You know what? I'm just going to make this for my story because I saw it, and the Roger Waters thing reminded me of it. My story will be Springsteen doing it again.
I knew you were going to do this. I think it's a good story, yeah.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to do it here, but I'm like, you know what? Here's another guy.
I think you slide right in there with this one, yeah.
That you think if I didn't know any better, he doesn't do any interviews. Seems like a pretty intelligent guy. Bruce Springsteen doing a show in Jersey and then makes the statement, if you believe in democracy and liberty, if you believe that truth still matters, that it's worth speaking out, that it's worth fighting for, if you believe in the power of the law and no one stands above it, if you stand against heavily armed mass federal troops invading American cities, and using Gestapo tactics against our fellow citizens, if you believe you don't deserve to be murdered for exercising your American right to protest, then send a message to this president. And as the mayor of that city has said, I should get the bleep out of Minneapolis.
Right.
What a fraud.
Yeah.
It sucks because, man, I was a fan.
You were.
I was a fan. I've seen him about 3 times. I mean, Born in the USA, Tunnel of Love. I mean, it just sucks that I can't listen to it anymore. I usually try to separate this. I know a lot of people can't, and I can't with him now. I'm just done with it.
I can't with him or Mellencamp anymore.
I can't with Mellencamp either. It's funny you say that because I feel the same way.
He just said something stupid again last week.
It's just like I've had it with these guys.
It's like, what, I play this role, now I got to play it to the end.
Right.
At least I could say this. When you and I would talk Springsteen, told you, overrated.
Yeah.
Well, part of the whole thing was he was East Coast, and that's where all the big writers were, and it was like, Bruce Springsteen.
I stand behind the idea that if I want to hear Bob Seger, I'm going to listen to Bob Seger, not a watered-down cover band like Bruce Springsteen.
Yes.
I just listened to Bob Seger the other night. See, I can still listen to Bob Seger.
I can listen
fine.
to Bob
yeah.
Seger. 100%.
You're right, though. I can't with these guys anymore. I
Forget
just
that
can't.
clown. All right. Got to get to a news update, and Nimrod's in the news. Coming up.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
All right, new year, new routines. A lot of people are trying to be more disciplined, eat better, move more, not live on drive-through calories. And here's the thing. Starting strong is a lot easier when the food is actually good. Check out Omaha Steaks, premium portion proteins delivered right to your door, so you're not guessing, you're not cheating, you're just eating really well.
I love the convenience of it. You open up the freezer and it's like, okay, I've got options. I've done the filet mignon, the burgers, throw them on the grill, throw them on the cast iron, whatever. They always come out perfect every time. The quality is on another level compared to what you might grab at the grocery store. Everything is aged right, hand cut, and you can taste it.
So do yourself a favor and start the year fueled the right way. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code Markley at checkout. That's OMAHA Steaks.com, promo code Markley. Terms apply. See site for details.
The Markley Van Camp and Robbins Show. Yeah, all three of us have had back problems, and then a bad mattress can just make it worse. Plus, you're spending all night tossing and turning, especially on a Sunday night, trying to find the least terrible position to get comfortable. So your back's getting worse, you're not getting enough sleep, but you can turn all of that around with Ghost Bed. It's a luxury-level mattress at a reasonable price, made right here in the good old U.S. of A.
Yeah, I really love that Ghost Bed has cooling features in every mattress that actually senses your body temp and adjusts so you never get too hot, never get too cold. Comfortable all night long. And unlike those dense foam beds, Ghost Bed has layers of perfectly crafted support that adjusts with you.
Yeah, every Ghost Bed comes with a 101-night sleep trial, so if you don't love that mattress, you can return it for free and get your money back. Ghost Bed is giving you their best deal of the year right now. Apply an extra 10% too when you use the code MVCR at ghostbed.com/MVCR. The prices are incredible. Don't miss it. Got mine this weekend. That's ghostbed.com/MVCR and promo code MVCR.
News update, David Van Camp.
Well, Don Lemon may be facing criminal charges for his role in the storming of a St. Paul church over the weekend. And a lot of people have been saying through the FACE Act, and I that one didn't really make any sense to me, because generally that has to do with so-called reproductive care, and was aggressively enforced by the Biden DOJ for anybody who even looked at a Planned Parenthood the wrong way. But there is another act that he may be charged under, and that would be the KKK Act, which
saw that
in the year of our Lord 2026. How amazing would it be if you had a black gay man charged under the KKK Act?
And it could happen. More on that later. We got to get to Nimrod.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrod's in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's in the News. We go to Florida. 28-year-old Landon Morris. Well, he lives in Orlando, but he had a date with a woman near Inglewood. It's about 150 miles away. He drove his souped-up Corvette 3 hours to pick her up.
Whoa.
He was speeding through several neighborhoods with her in the passenger seat. Then he started doing donuts in the parking lot of a Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses.
What?
Someone who lives nearby said it was loud. His car sounded like it was hot rodded out, for crying out loud.
They went round and round and round, and at one point the blue smoke was so dense you couldn't see the black car.
It sounded like a car that was completely hot rodded out, no mufflers, very, very loud.
Here comes the sheriff, and the smoke is still coming off the pavement.
People thought, well, the date was terrified. No, she told cops, I asked him to do it. So he's in trouble, but it sounds like he found his lady, and that's Nimrod's in the News.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. David Van Camp keeping an eye on the target in St. Paul, Minnesota, where there's a gathering of freedom fighters. I mean,
I love freedom fighters. So, they're having they had, rather, I think it's over now, but they had a sit-in at a Target in St. Paul to protest ICE because ICE was using their parking lot, and then Target was not throwing them out when they would come in to use the bathroom.
Okay.
And so they did. I love the fact that I keep seeing some of these women holding Starbucks cups. Like they did a Starbucks run before the protest.
Well, yeah.
Right. Well, yeah.
And I don't know if that, because some Targets have a Starbucks in there. So I don't know. Maybe they stopped at that Starbucks first in the Target.
That could be. These old ladies get tired. They need a little energy.
You get your mocha frap or whatever, and so and they had to also get, maybe it was like chai or whatever it's called, to loosen up the vocal cords a little bit, because boy, they were doing some singing.
Gosh dang it.
Coming into number 20. It's the Minnesota Loons with Abolish ICE.
I'm going to do it again. Thomas Sowell, activism is a way for useless people to feel important, even if the consequences of their activism are counterproductive for those they claim to be helping and damaging to the fabric of society as a whole. Instead of assaulting our ears, teach us a Molly Kid English. Do something useful. Can't you old ladies get together?
Feel like volunteer at the hospital or
something.
Yeah.
You could go, rock crack babies at the hospital.
Exactly.
Yes.
They need people all the time to help soothe those babies.
I mean, I'm told that a lot of these women just have this desperate want to feel needed.
Yeah.
Do something useful. Golly.
They are very uptight, and they're at the Target, and Target sells marital aids now, so maybe go over there.
Smokes.
Well,
you need to relax a little bit.
Hot take.
I'm not quite sure.
Beware, hot take coming.
Yes, every line that I had said, we don't need to lose the show this week. I will just, it's not worth it. Sometimes you do need to risk it for the biscuit.
I appreciate it.
But if that biscuit is that old and tired, don't go with the joke. You could get in trouble. Okay. So,
old Dusty,
you've got that going on. Meanwhile, Jacob Fry, he's saying, everything would be great here in Minnesota and especially Minneapolis if y'all would just let us get back to our comeback. I'm like, do you know why all the people are there, dude? Because of the mass amounts of fraud. Yeah. That's why they came in. There were investigations. But he's saying it's just mean what's going on right now.
The second these ICE agents leave the city, I'm telling you, you're going to have calm in Minneapolis, and you will continue to see the great comeback that we had been experiencing. Let us get back to that comeback. Let us live in peace.
Boy, that's some gangster stuff there, isn't it?
Well, also, what were you coming back from, Mayor Fry? Because it wasn't just COVID.
Oh, no. No, it was the summer of love.
Yes.
When you let the nuts take over then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just it. I mean, you take a step back. So what are you saying, dude? Well, we're going to keep this up. And we're going to be assaulting people and causing as much havoc as possible until you back off.
Yep.
With your law enforcement. And the answer is no. We'll send in more.
Well, they're growing in numbers because the people that are organizing this have made it a destination now.
Yes.
So,
and then the more numbers, and then they're using terms like occupy.
Right.
Yeah, it's just absolute nonsense. And oh, man. You know what the sentencing should be for Fry and Walls? You got to listen to that singing 8 hours a day.
Yeah, on a loop.
Yes.
I agree.
Or have them come in and just have them keep singing to you. And then just haranguing about whatever comes to their minds.
That's cruel and unusual
Christmas.
Well, sometimes you need that.
This is the new
your choice,
waterboarding.
Waterboarding? Or that?
Waterboarding or this? Can I bring my own towel? I'll take the waterboarding. Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
Man, like that, my tendon snipped, please. No problem.
Yeah. So you got that going on. Oh, speaking of fraud, did you see Will Kane on Fox the other day lay out the whole stats on Ilhan Omar? How much money her and her husband have?
Yes, I did see that, actually. That's weird you mentioned that because I did see it, yeah.
It's like, people
Staggering.
forget this part of the story. This is just one person now, okay?
Let me give you the perfect example. How about Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar? In February of this year, she shot down claims that she's actually a millionaire. She wrote, "My salary is $174,000 before taxes. I don't have stock or own a home. And I'm still paying off my student debt. So if you're going to lie on something that is public, maybe try checking my financial statements, and you will see I barely have thousands, let alone millions." Well, people have checked the public records now. Ilhan Omar apparently has a net worth upwards of $30 million, somewhere between $60 and $30 million. And get this, it's because of companies run and owned by her husband, who in 2023 had a net worth of $51,000. In 1 year, that $51,000 grew from $6 to $30 million. 3,500% growth in 1 year. What a good communist. It's always equality for you, elitism for those in power.
Abolish ICE!
Yeah.
The old bats sing on. Golly. All right.
See, there's no explaining that rationally.
No.
There isn't.
Well, no.
It's brutal.
Yes.
I heard that, and I just went, you got to be kidding me.
Well, and if you bring it up, you're racist. Right. That's the playbook.
It's amazing.
What did Eric Swalwell have to say?
Eric Swalwell, yeah, he's running for governor in California. He's a Democrat congressman right now. He's pledging to punish anyone who works for ICE right now.
Dude, this is unreal. They're law enforcement.
Yeah.
What is that?
They're going to lose their immunity. They're not going to be able to drive. I will take your driver's license. Good luck walking to work. Also, I will direct law enforcement to use every power to prosecute them for battery, false imprisonment, and murder. You know me. I'm not shy.
No. Fang Fang said so.
Not very smart either. You know me. Yeah.
That Chinese spy that you were. Boy, she had to take one for the team there, didn't she? I mean, she was really dedicated to China.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to find the dumbest member and sleep with him. He'll give it all up. No problem.
And he was on the Foreign Intel Committee?
Of course he was.
Well, sure.
Dude, if you put that on a Netflix show, you don't believe the premise.
No.
Well, no. And then, you actually put his public statements out there, and he's a moron.
He's a doofus.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. But only in America can you succeed at that level being a complete moron.
Yeah.
Well,
what a
that
great
is-
country.
That is true. You see it just play out time and time again. Man, oh man. Okay, there's other stuff going on. You could stay on the whole Minnesota story most of the day, really. Those activists at the church, that St. Paul church,
Yeah.
what the Don Lemon was a part of, that's maddening.
It's way over the line.
Well, that one nut activist, the guy with the beard,
Yeah.
with all the nonsense,
That
and he's
guy.
trying to guilt people who are just going to church on Sunday morning, and he's going in there.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities? I'm not going to comment. You have no comment, exactly.
As far as I know, there were people in there breaking the law. I don't need to go out there to prove my faith.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I go from 0 to 100 when I saw that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He-
yeah.
He's
It's
made
like
the
he needs
rounds
to-
all over the place.
He has. You're right, David. He has. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Here's a question for you. I saw this. This was going viral. People asking, are parents too soft today? What do you think about that, Scott?
Was I softer than my father? Yes.
Well, were you too soft?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I can look back on it and say I probably was a lot of times.
Okay.
But if she took advantage of that or tried to take advantage of it, I knew it.
Well, sometimes you can overcorrect, whatever you think it is. I think a lot of generations, that just happens. You're trying to do the best you can as a parent.
Nothing perfect about it, that's for sure.
Well, this dude online shared a chore list that his dad created for him when he was a kid, starting at age 8. And he said online, my dad was the coolest guy on earth, but he had some structure and some rules in the house. So he posted the chores daily. Make your bed. Eat breakfast. Final homework check. Leave the house on time. After school chores. Change clothes. Do all homework. Check in prior to 7 p.m. dinner. Be inside the house prior to 9 p.m. Leave no dishes in the sink. Empty trash. Shower in bed by 10. That doesn't seem too crazy, does it?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm trying to find out where the chores are there.
Weekly chores for specific days.
Got it.
Take out the trash on Monday. Replace all trash can liners. Doing laundry on Sunday, including washing, drying, folding, and putting clothes away. Also, all school clothes must be ironed. Monthly chores.
Oh, man.
What?
Ironing school clothes. Wow.
I can remember my mom ironing jeans.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Mine, too. But, I mean, I was
But you
never asked
didn't
to
do
do
it.
it. No.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't either.
Thank God.
Thoroughly clean the bathroom first Saturday, including scrubbing toilet, bathtub, and floors. Second Saturday of the month, deep cleaning kitchen. Third, focused on the basement. The fourth Saturday, sweeping and washing the front and rear of the house. So that's the chore part. Too excessive?
Not at all.
I don't think so.
Okay. Because there's some people online going, whoa, hold on. That's like child labor.
You're living in the house for free. You're eating for free.
I know.
Good gig.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Being
always.
a kid's a good gig.
Yeah, we always had like mom telling us what we need to do, especially in the summer. My goodness, you weren't going to doing anything until you were done cleaning that bathroom. Or whatever. And that was like once a week. Everybody had their assigned chores, vacuuming, whatever it would be. I mean, that was it. And then I remember one time asking my mom, "How about an allowance?" And she just laughed.
Right.
We didn't.
Mom
we
says
didn't
you
do
can live here
allowance.
for free. Yeah.
Yeah. That was just part of it.
Burned papers in my neighborhood. I was out in the country.
Yeah.
You burned the papers yet?
Oh, yeah, take your trash out to the barrel and you'd burn the trash.
burn it
oh,
all.
yeah, heck yeah.
Burn it all.
All right. couple updates we got to get to. Oh, and the 5 stories we're watching today. Coming right up. If you've got a tax problem, this is not something you stick your head in the sand about. The IRS doesn't forget, they don't forgive, and they don't get nicer with time. The longer you wait, the more interest and penalties pile up, and before you know it, they're coming after your bank account, your paycheck, and even your business. That kind of stress can eat you up, and it's completely avoidable.
Never fight the IRS alone. You need professionals who know the system if the IRS is after you. That's where Tax Defense and Relief Group comes in. They step in immediately. They contact the IRS on your behalf, protect your assets, and work to resolve your tax debt for the lowest amount allowed by law.
These folks have over 20 years of experience and have helped thousands of people deal with the IRS the right way. So give yourself some peace of mind and make that call today. Tax Defense and Relief Group, 888-322-0077. That's 888-322-0077. Don't wait. Protect your money, your business, and your future, and do it right now.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Yeah. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The sexy boomer, not wearing his bear stuff today. That's Scott Robbins.
Nope, got him off.
Now the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Finally took them off after your curse led them to lose in overtime.
The tough one.
Golly.
Tough one.
All right, number 5. The New York Times has kind of admitted what Tom Homan has been talking about for a long time, and that is, hey, it's more dangerous if you have to send ICE out into the communities. Why don't you let us arrest them in the jails? Well, we see the data now when it comes to at-large arrests by state. You know, you got Texas and Florida and other states. An at-large arrest, meaning out in the community. It's under 20%. Well, around 20% for Texas. Similar share in Florida. Similar share in, Iowa. But then you look at Illinois. You look at Minnesota. You look at Oregon, Washington, Pennsylvania, where people have blocked ICE from working with local jails. It's over 80% of the arrests have happened out in the community. Why isn't ICE in Texas? ICE is in Texas. The thing is that the state of Texas says, yeah, come get them in the jail because we're not idiots or insane.
Right.
All right. Number 4, the FBI. Where's the Tylenol? FBI has opened an investigation into Renee Good's widow to determine whether or not she and Good obstruct and attacked the Minneapolis ICE agent who was acting in self-defense when he shot her.
And her statement right after it happened.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I made her come out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be tough.
Number 3, now one of the guys who was leading the protest into the church yesterday is a guy named William Kelly. And he's been all over the place. He's been in D.C. And in fact, he's part of a group that so severely harassed Christ Church in Washington, D.C. that they sent a church member to the hospital with a shattered eardrum.
Oh. What?
Yeah. Crazy stuff there. And then.
Oh, man, that guy. No, he needs to go to jail.
Absolutely he does. Number 2, the DOJ is investigating the group that went in there, along with Don Lemon, after they stormed into a church to protest ICE yesterday. And then number 1, probably just my favorite story of the day, A bunch of mostly older liberal women staged a sit-in at a Target in St. Paul. Yes, they were singing, "No, I'm not going to torture you with that again."
Oh, darn.
Those are the top 5 stories that we were watching today. If you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace and actually keep it off, add lean to your diet and exercise routine. Get 20% off when you use code MVCR at TakeLean.com. That's MVCR at TakeLean.com.
Can somebody call Springsteen and say, go play Minneapolis, play for those ladies, give them something to do?
Well, by comparison, he's actually a good singer.
Well, yeah, you got that. Did you see the story about Netflix, Matt Damon? What he said that Netflix is saying now about making movies?
I did see that.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Matt Damon said Netflix is aware that a lot of people get distracted by their phones, so they're adapting how they make movies. So Netflix is like, can we get a big action scene in the first 5 minutes? And we want people to stay tuned in. And it wouldn't be terrible if you reiterate the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue because people are on their phones. So it's really starting to infringe on how we're telling these stories.
Yeah.
That's not all that uncommon in the history of storytelling, going back to like ancient literature where you sort of reset because it was all oral.
Yes.
So resetting is a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the broadcaster in me.
Well, sometimes you get lost in it.
Yeah.
I don't know how bad it is, but yeah, because him and Ben Affleck have a Netflix movie out now, The Rip. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robin Show. I haven't seen it yet to know if it's any good or not.
That's the craziest thing about the fractured movie environment.
Yeah.
I could not imagine, 15 years ago, there's a new Matt Damon and Ben Affleck movie, and I have not heard about it. I haven't seen any advertisements for it. It's just so far off my radar.
Well, yeah, because it's just Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Different things will come on, and you'll have no idea that it's even out there. I think it's Amazon Prime. It's Night Manager. It's Loki. It's his name, Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
It first came out in 2016. I went back and watched that. It's pretty decent.
Oh.
And now it's the second season of it 10 years later. But I had no idea it even existed.
Oh.
Yeah, to your point. All right, couple updates. And, get ready for it. The Scott Robbins trifecta. Straight ahead. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Okay, who is encouraging a fight between local law enforcement and ICE?
That would be Democrat Representative Angie Craig. She was on Ms. Now, formerly known as MSNBC, saying that business owners should be calling the cops if ICE shows up so that the cops can fight ICE.
Oh, my gosh.
Business owners, if ICE comes on to this parking lot, if ICE comes in to your business, call 911. We're going to send out local police to try to de-escalate ICE. We are in a...
It's law enforcement.
It's just
This is just
insanity.
Idiocy.
circumstance in our country where literally we're calling on local law enforcement to try to come out and de-escalate federal agents in our country. It's just extraordinary. And Minnesotans, we know how to fight. This is no time for Minnesota nice.
We know how to fight.
Okay.
It's just imbeciles all the way down, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking back to, and this was last week, the polling out, that, you know, different people had different thoughts as far as the woman that got shot and killed.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as law enforcement and ICE deporting people, that hasn't changed at all.
The actual notion of deporting illegal aliens, yeah.
Yes. And after this weekend, I think the numbers are going to be more in the favor of sanity because people are getting tired of this nonsense.
Yeah,
you're going into churches, you're, trying to intimidate people. I had this clip, can't play it because of the cussing. I forgot to get this edited. Maybe I'll have it for tomorrow. Maybe you already heard this. It is a dude that's anti-ICE, and he follows, on the different, apps you have, on your phone where ICE is going to be.
Yeah.
And he's looking. He's like, "Oh my gosh, man! They're saying ICE is going to be right in this cafe where I'm at."
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
And so these people come in. They think that guy is ICE, and he's trying to say, "I'm not ICE. I'm with you."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yes, you are. If you're not for us, you're against." He's like, I'm for you guys. Whatever. They didn't believe him.
No.
Because they're like, it's plainclothes officers that are ICE. They were completely wrong.
Yeah.
And this guy's trying to be like, so you got kind of what was coming to you.
A little bit, yeah.
As an anti-ICE person. It seems to me.
They should have to wear, like, orange hats or something so we know who they are.
Well, that's what they do. As far as the anti-ICE people, they ask if you wear certain colors.
Yeah.
So then we know that, we won't go after you.
Well, this guy had the wrong colors on, I guess, huh?
Apparently
he
so.
just had his regular clothes on.
Yeah, who's the fascist now?
Exactly.
Yeah, good point.
If you're part
Really
of a
something.
mob that's just chasing down random people or storming into churches, you're not the good guys.
Yeah. People made a point, too, to point out, hey, remember back in December where Tim Walz, the governor, was predicting ICE would go into churches?
Yes.
Yeah.
That ICE would go into churches. Yeah.
I would fully expect, and we are preparing for, an influx of more agents, more of the very visible public theatrics of the raids, of the harassments. And you got faith leaders here. I would not put it past this administration to target midnight mass services amongst folks going to worship, because that's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Tim.
Yes.
Always helpful.
Yep.
Always helpful.
Yep.
You load.
Jazz hands worship. Good stuff. Gotta love it. Another story out there, it didn't seem like it got a whole lot of play, which was that U.S. Central Command confirmed that American forces conducted a precision strike in northwest Syria, killing Bilal Hassan al-Jazim. You guys know him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who is he, Scott?
He's a militant fighter.
He's a senior Al-Qaeda-linked leader.
That was close.
Stated that he had direct connections to the ISIS operative responsible for the deadly December ambush that killed 2 U.S. service members from Iowa and an American interpreter. Strike part of an ongoing counterterrorism operations following the ambush. And they said, yeah, we're going to get these people.
Yeah.
They were not joking.
Well, he's been deported to the great beyond.
I think that's well said there. All right.
Yes, he's in somewhere up there, down there.
Yeah.
Listening to those chants we heard today from Target over and over again.
Are you ready for your big three?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
1, 2, buckle my shoe on.
It's the 3 most important news stories of the day.
I hit the trifecta.
Well, at least according to Scott Robbins. It's the trifecta on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Every day about this time, Scott Robbins' top 3 stories, helped by his hero.
Hi, it's me, Casey.
Well,
Casey Kasem.
Yeah, I invited you over for the Bears game. You didn't show up last night, so I had to watch it by myself.
He was busy, I think. Isn't that right?
Yes. You missed out, man. Had a lot of wings and pizza and the whole thing ready. But that's okay. Whatever, dude.
Good.
You be you, okay? Just whatever. I'm tired. Probably playing pickleball with David anyway.
Well, no, we weren't playing pickleball over the weekend. My daughter, we had her 6th birthday party over the weekend, and he was really good. He emceed it. It was amazing.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he count down the number of
He did.
candles on the birthday?
He did a great job. He was really personable with everybody. I mean, this guy knows how to go into a situation cold and make it warm. He's
a pro.
I'm ready.
He
What
is
can
a
I
pro.
tell you?
By the way,
You know.
he doesn't need to hear this, but I need to tell you because he's sleeping in the dirt now. We've got a great deal for you on GhostBed. They've got their best savings of the year, plus an extra 10% off when you use code MVCR at ghostbed.com/MVCR. That's ghostbed.com/MVCR. Promo code MVCR.
Got mine this weekend. Yeah,
Thank you,
you.
Casey. Number 3, Kirsten Sinema, former senator who's facing a lawsuit now because, she was, getting busy with one of her bodyguards and giving him drugs.
Bad girls.
Yeah, his ex-wife is none too pleased about that, and so people are now heckling Kirsten Sinema.
2 men interrupted the former senator during a panel discussion last week to claim they were having an affair with her, too. Sinema and Republican Utah Governor Spencer Cox were discussing politics, the economy, and the tech sector at Salt Lake City at a hotel then when the disruptions took place. The panelists had just raised the topic of Sinema's alma mater, Brigham Young University, whose mascot is a cougar, prompting the former Democrat to crack that, "I get called that a lot." At that moment, a guy stood up and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I have a confession to make. I am actually having an affair with Kristen Sinema." He was escorted out. Then another guy stood up and said, "I'm happy to call her my lover. My wife is leaving me because of you, and she's taking the kids." They were both escorted out.
At least they're entertaining. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy, this is a real deal too. I mean, this guy's ex-wife is going after her hard.
If you're to believe the lawsuit and the other stories, I mean, she was getting around. I was checking my contacts, and somehow I have her number. I don't understand. I don't even remember meeting her.
Now, on with the countdown.
Scott Robbins, trifecta, top 3 of the day, up to number
2.
Number 2, you want to talk about the Houston Texans.
Turns out the Texans lost to the Patriots. Yeah, that was a tough loss for them, too. The weather
Way
in
to
New
rub
England,
it in, man.
Well, the weather in New England consistently got worse throughout their loss. Yeah. And on Sunday, the inclement weather has reportedly impacted, and it did, the team's ability to make it back to Houston. They didn't get back till 7:30 this morning.
Wow.
They finally. Can you imagine that? You lost like that. Yeah. You're all beat up and, dragging. You have to sit on the tarmac for hours waiting to take off so you can get to. Usually it's a 4-hour trip. So they got there. They got to the runway at 6:30, and it was 7:30 this morning when they got home.
By the way, real quick, because I didn't see the game, David, did you feel like they got hosed?
To be honest, I didn't get to watch the game at all.
Oh, because you had everything going on.
Yeah, that was a tough one, man. I thought so.
I saw a lot of it
on
online.
The interception or on the reception?
Talking about there was a play in the Bears-Rams game that was ruled a catch.
Yeah.
Because the fumble happened after the knee was down instead of this exact same play where the Texans got hosed. That's what people were complaining about.
Well, the guy ripped it out of his hands, too, he was already down.
Yeah.
And the countdown continues.
Tough
yes.
call.
The Scott Robbins trifecta, top 3 of the day.
And finally, 1.
Number 1, a Maryland couple couldn't fight that feeling in the Applebee's parking lot.
No, I mean, he felt it. I felt it. Everybody's felt it. He just tried to fend it off, right? Well, Maryland couple didn't do that. The lure of romance found in the Applebee's parking lot got the best of them. It's hard to believe, but apparently they had a nice meal at Applebee's. And on the way out, I'm sure they were having some discussions on what happens when they get home. Yeah. And that got so hot and heated, they decided, well, let's just go right now.
Amen.
So they were having relations in the parking lot of the Applebee's when some people walked out and went, hey, what the heck is going on? Don't look, honey, don't look. And they went back in and told the Applebee's manager. He called the cops, and sure enough, they were engaged in intercourse in the parking lot of the establishment. When the trooper arrived, he arrested both of them. They were charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct, and I guess they were released on their own recognizance after they posted bail. So, anyway, court records, by the way.
Are we talking about backseat? Are we talking about?
I'm thinking backseat, but I may be wrong. It could be, they could have bed seats in that car. Who knows? Court records, by the way, said that she had been arrested several times before, convicted of theft and disorderly conduct. Oh. So she was a wildcat.
I'll tell you, man, the country world has already heard about it, and there's a country ballad about this little tryst.
Oh, my gosh. I was thinking you were going to go with Speedwagon by the tease from Robbins saying they just couldn't fight the feeling, but you have something different, David.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
You were laughing about the specials, lipstick on your straw, boots up on my dashboard, dreaming, didn't care about a last call. Neon on your shoulder, name tag in your hand. You said I'm off in 5 more minutes, got a half tank in your van. We couldn't wait till we got home, hearts racing like they're getting pulled over, kissing in the front seat, windows fogged over, your hair on fire, that dome like glow. We're faded out to the sound of the ice machine. You climbed on top of my worn out jeans, 2 dumb kids breaking every rule.
And there you have it.
That's
well played.
outstanding.
That's
Yeah.
outstanding.
Good
Coming.
stuff.
Oh.
Good stuff. Even Casey liked that one.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
I know he did.
Yes.
All right. Well done with the trifecta. Of course, the news update and Nimrod to the news in just a few.
Thank you.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Have you been overindulging a bit over the holidays? Come on, who hasn't? Heavy food, sweet desserts, having maybe a little extra holiday cheer, all of that can really take a toll on your liver. And if you're looking to kick off 2026 feeling better than you did at the end of 2025, a smart place to start is taking care of the organ that's been working overtime.
Yeah, you can easily add Active Liver from New Nordic to your daily routine. It comes in easy-to-take tablets or great-tasting gummies, and it helps support your body's natural detox process. Active Liver from New Nordic helps out with digestion issues, make you feel less bloated. It can help give you better energy and make you feel less worn down overall, which after the holidays, between, well, the food, the drink, the family sometimes, that's saying something.
So get the new year off to a healthier start with Active Liver. It's a simple, delicious daily detox. You can find it online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or pick it up at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, and now even Wegmans. Check it out. Active Liver. New year, new you. New Nordic.
Quiet down, Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
And then there were 4 high-pressure playoff matchups. Man, in the NFL, that's happening every weekend. You also have some really great elite hoops action taking place. Never stops, particularly on Prize Picks. So start the year off right with Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. It's that simple. On Prize Picks, too, you simply pick 2 to 6 players. You pick more or less on the projections of their stats. Submit the lineup. Easy peasy. It's done. Prize Picks also has something they call early payouts. So if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game's even over. And you can also download the Prize Picks app. Do that today. Use code MVCR. $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks. $50 instantly when you play your first $5. So win or lose, you're going to get the $50 in lineups just for playing. That's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
News update, David Van Camp.
Oh, man, we're still paying attention to the developments of this story, but winter weather in Michigan has led to a more than 100 vehicle pileup on I-196 near Hudsonville, Michigan, just outside of Grand Rapids.
Ooh.
Drivers are being told to stay in their cars because, I mean, it's a bunch of jackknife tractor trailers, multiple vehicle slide-offs. I mean, the highway is completely covered in snow. And they're just kind of stuck there. What do you do in that situation? You just sort of cycle the car on and off, try to keep the heat on as much as you can, then turn it off and all of that. I mean, golly, just an absolute mess.
Yeah, no kidding.
As of right now.
My daughter was just up there not long ago, too. Yeah. Her and her husband on rotation.
As of now, there are several injuries, but no confirmed fatalities, the latest I've seen.
Got it. Okay. There was a poll out there for Martin Luther King Day. How much of his, quote, dream is now a reality? What would you say that people said?
Oh, I'd say a lot of it is. I mean, is that an option? Do I get to choose something? What do I have to choose? What are my choices?
Well, you're choosing the percent that you think people said.
Gosh.
It just depends on how you define the dream, because
that's weird.
I know.
If you're
it's a weird, yeah.
Because, I mean, again, if you ask the activist left, nothing. I mean, it's zero.
Well, it's worse now.
But the activists left, they don't want his dream.
No. But
to look at content of character.
Right.
They want everything race-based.
I mean, if you're talking about little black boys and girls playing alongside little white boys and girls.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 100%. That happens every weekend when I take my kids to the playground.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, and has for a long time.
I mean,
but yeah, it is this weird thing.
Yeah.
Because you'll have, activists in every town say they're celebrating, but they don't actually want what his dream was, it doesn't seem. So
His
anyway,
dream's been twisted, too.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, time for Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Dan.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's the news. We go to Northern California. That's where Holmes Nutrition is. They're in some trouble. They got some protein powder. You know, got to get your protein.
Sure.
So you could get like their chocolate cake batter protein or lemon cake protein, 22 grams of protein, in every serving. Some users are like, man, it tastes too good. Something's off. So they sent it to certified labs for analysis.
Uh-oh.
And it comes back. There wasn't a whole lot of protein in there.
Yeah.
Okay? But there was a whole lot of carbs.
Oh, yeah.
They were basically selling cake batter. Yes, and you got users going, hold on a second. I bought this for my diabetic family member.
Oh, boy. Oh, God.
They're in
Holy cow.
They're in a bunch of trouble, to say the least. And that is Nimrod's in the News.